Hey everyone, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here, once again saying thanks for dropping by. As always, I appreciate the time you spend with me. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if you like this kind of content. Appreciate it. Okay, with that said, I'm going to do something I haven't done in quite a while. I am going to venture out and cover a different game. There's a new game called RavenQuest. It is launching at the time of this video this Friday, which is the 14th of March, 2025. Okay, and we'll go ahead and get into the details. This is not going to be a deep dive, mostly because this is something that caught my eye or caught my attention a week and a half ago. So I'm relatively late to the game. This game has been in production for the last year or two, and I'm late to the game. But several things about it piqued my interest when I heard about it. Shout out to Tales from the Cryptmancer, who started covering this game on his channel, and I saw a few videos over there, so I dug in deep. I attended an AMA yesterday. I listened to discussion on the website, on their YouTube channel, etc. So some things got me pumped. There's pluses and minuses to the game. I'm going to go through it and briefly discuss it. Like I said, since I haven't played the game, this is just going to be kind of a first look video, but I wanted to get this out. So in case you're interested, in case this piques your interest and you want to go ahead and get in and play the game on the first day, I will leave my referral code in the show notes. I know I always talk about referral codes. It helps me out. It helps us out as people who cover these games. But you get something out of it too. If you use a referral code to start up, you get $25 worth of in-game cards. And we'll talk about that in a little bit here, what those cards are used for. Very interesting integration with cards into a MMO style game, as well as get your name in the hat for a drawing of they have land in the game too, and it's a $25,000 drawing. I guess they're giving away $25,000 worth of land, but anyway, you get into the drawing for some land as well. So you get some cards to get started off with, and okay, so if by the end of this you want to start up, I would go ahead and use that code soon, as in before the game goes live, because what you get out of using that referral code may change once the game goes live. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, right up front, what is it? It's a game called RavenQuest. Okay, it is based upon a game made by the same company called Raven Dawn that has been live for more than a year now. Okay, now it is a Web3 game. Don't let that get you scared off right now, though. But you can play the game in Web 2 mode and not even have to worry about playing with the crypto if you don't want to. Okay, we're going to take a look at it and give you some details. But before that, I want to say that I think this game might interest three different sets of people. Okay. The first set of people are the people that like old school MMORPGs, like it's called old school RuneScape now, but back when I played it was just RuneScape or Ultima Online. You'll get those kind of vibes when we take a look at the game. So if you like those kind of games, you may like this. Okay, now if you're looking for a newer MMO to play that has a very high definition graphics, this is definitely not going to be that. Okay, so the second one is a person who wants to play an MMO that has Web3 integration, ways to where you can get in and you can play a fantasy MMO and make potentially make crypto out of it. So that's the second group of persons that might be interested in this. The third group of people, and believe it or not, that may be interested in this, are people who like farming and crafting type games, okay? Because reading up and listening up on this game has a heavy emphasis on farming as well as the different crafting professions. So you can level up your character in various ways using those professions as well. But you can farm things, cook things, make what they call trade packs with the items that you grow or you make, which are used to make money in the game. Okay, we'll talk about that briefly here in a few minutes. But that's the third group of people I think may be interested in this. People who like the different farming type games as well as crafting. Now, I had mentioned a few minutes ago, if you wanted to try it out and see what it's all about before you actually signed up for it, then you can right now come over here to Ravendawn.online, and you can download the game and play it now, okay, and see what it's all about, because the game is virtually going to be the same thing with a lot of things added, okay? So if you want to try it out, you could go to Raven Dawn and try it right now. However, I would, like I said, if you have an inkling of thinking about wanting to try out RavenQuest, like I said, it's not going to cost you anything up front. I would go ahead and use that referral code that I have in the show comments, because it gets you the free cards, as well as get you into the land giveaway. But on the AMA yesterday, he had mentioned something to the effect that what you get out of using the referral codes may change once the game goes live. Okay, we're over here on RavenQuest's official YouTube channel. This is their global release trailer for the game. It is made by a company named, or a development company named Tavern Light Games, who once again, like I said, also developed Raven Dawn, and it's been out for more than a year. So let's go ahead and check this out. I'm going to run it without sound and talk over it, because I'm very wary of playing game videos with sound that have music and stuff for possible copyright strikes. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, as you can see right off, it's a top-down kind of old school vibe, old school RuneScape, Ultima Online type feel. At first, I was kind of turned off by the graphics due to what we're used to these days, until I got into all the details about how deep the custom creation of the characters were and how far it went. That really intrigued me. You can see here also one of the heavy parts of the game is actually growing your food, growing animals, creating things with those which are based around, armor, weapons, foods, things like that. You create trade packs, you create items, put them in trade packs, and you take those trade packs to different locations to sell them. That's how you make your silver in game, which is the in-game money. And then that silver can be converted over to Quest, which is the main crypto token of the game. But as you can see, it's got a lot of the standard things from we're used to if you're used to fantasy MMOs, going out and battling. Like I said, there is PvP in the game. So the global release will be on March 14th. And like I said, if you get signed up before the pre-launch, then you get your free packs, you get a free companion, you get an exclusive title. And then we're just back here on the main page here. Like I said, I think this would be really interesting for people who like old school type games. But one of the things that I want to dig into when I start taking a look and playing the game, one of the things I saw people talk about, creators talk about when they were going through the testing phases last year, was the real depth of character creation in the game. You're not locked down to one specific class. You can pick up multiple ways to play the character. Endless character customization, play classes your way, like I said, with the protection, shadow, warfare trees, and you have lots of different types of trees you can go down. But my main thing was hearing them talk about it really intrigued me, with all the different let me say this, there's some games that come out these days that are very beautiful to look at, but have very shallow character creation. And that only holds, well, I can't talk for everybody, but it only holds my attention for so long. Once you get to, if character creation and evolution is very shallow, it doesn't take you long to work through the whole game and then get bored with it, right? So I just wanted to emphasize that's one of the main things I'm looking at in this game. I also brought up professions of RavenQuest. Tons of different professions: husbandry, blacksmithing, farming, woodcutting, mining, breeding, cooking, weaving, carpentry, and fishing. And that's besides the standard farming. And that broaches into another topic where you can buy land in the game. Okay. At this point, I'm too late to buy land on the pre-launch. However, they have said that the secondary market will be live once the game goes live. So that means that, hey, if you wanted to buy yourself a plot of land and farm it, you could. And they come in a variety of sizes, and you can place them around the world wherever there's room. So I'm sure we'll get into that as time goes along. But I wanted to point that out. So just trying to hit these main highlights. In basic gameplay, you have guild wars. It is considered a true sandbox MMO, so you can just go do whatever you want to do. Obviously, they have quest lines for you to follow, but it's open world. It's a sandbox. Skill-based crafting and gathering, we talked about. Arena, if you're interested in PvP, solo and duo. Out in the world, you can explore a massive dynamically changing world, claim and grow your own land, house customization, ships and wagons. I'm particularly interested in the ships. I could see myself sailing a ship and strengthening up the ship for warfare, being able to transport trade packs for people, get past pirates, etc. The economy, it's free to play. However, there are parts that you can pay for, and obviously, like other free to play games, speed up your process and stuff. And we'll talk about that in the future. It's a player driven economy. The players that fill the world of RavenQuest are responsible for every single resource gathered, item crafted, and sold in the game. So that tells me that everything you could go in and you could become an armor crafter, and you could go out and mine your ore and turn it and create armor, and you could sell that armor, and that's a way you can make money, you know. And that's just an example, but like I said earlier, lots of different trade skills to learn. Rewarding community first. We prioritize rewarding our true community first instead of bad actors abusing the ecosystem. And this is one other topic I want to talk about: advanced anti-cheat systems. Okay, so let's stop here for a minute. Okay, I've been covering Web3 games for a couple years now, and I've seen some games persist and have problems with bad actors and continue to have to, because they didn't address and put anti-cheat systems and things like anti-botting systems in place, they continually over the years have to spend a good amount of time on their developers' behalf, just trying to combat cheats. Okay, which could have probably been stemmed right up front by putting certain code in, but it's expensive, it's time consuming, things of this nature. So I've also seen some games get ruined by botters, by farmers, massive bot farmers, things of this nature. We all know that if there's money to be made, there'll be somebody that will jump on it and abuse the system. Well, this is the first game that I've come across that has legitimately, right out of the gate, talked in big, bold letters, like if they were coming out of their mouth, big, bold letters on their AMAs about their advanced anti-cheat systems and being very security minded. Okay, so that if you did invest in a farm in RavenQuest, that you wouldn't have to worry about. Obviously, the market's going to market. The value of what you buy and sell is going to go by whatever the market is, right? But you wouldn't necessarily have to worry about botters and cheaters in the background. Okay, is the system perfect? Who knows? We'll see. But this is the first game I've seen that very boldly states that one of their primary directives right out of the gate is using anti-cheat systems. Okay, and then we get to collectibles. Unlock rare cosmetics, companions, deep land customizations, and collect Raven cards, which I had mentioned earlier. You can open packs. It's very much like other card games, and you use the cards in the game to strengthen your character. Once again, once I get into the game, start playing, I'll be doing some videos on it, but very interesting nonetheless, kind of combining card game mechanics in with a standard an MMO. So, and I also wanted to mention, like I said up front, you can play this game and not worry about the Web3 crypto part of it if you want. Okay. But if you do want to play with the crypto side of things, it is, and you're interested in this type of thing, it's on the immutable chain. Okay. So you will need an immutable an account wallet. Okay, so if you don't know where it's at, you can go over to Immutable or Immutable Play, look it up on Google, and sign in and make yourself an account. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Web3, think of it as you're making a wallet, but think of it as just making an account. Okay, keep everything secure, be very security minded. Any passwords you create, make them serious passwords and not easily broken passwords. You know what I mean. And write everything down and keep copies of things as far as numbers and reference codes. Anything they give you as far as security, keep a copy of it, okay? Because if you ever have to recover this account in the future, you'll need those. Okay, so right off the bat, I love Immutable. Immutable at this point in time, you can see has lots of different games you can play on it. Okay, so you can see RavenQuest coming soon. Okay, but there's tons of other things you can do on Immutable. If you're new to the Web3, if you're new to Web3 and just want to dabble with it, go over there. It's on playimmutable.com. But you will need that. You can get started in RavenQuest without it, but on your account page, there will be a place where you can link it. And there'll be basically some things in game that are based upon crypto that you can't do in game unless you have this account. Okay, well, this has been Bronze Dragon. I hope this was interesting to you. Like I said, I wanted to get it out before it's a few days before it goes live. So in case you want to try to get in on those free packs and everything, you can use the code in the information section of this video. Otherwise, let me know if you've been playing Raven Dawn. Let me know what you think of it. If you were in on the early phases of development and testing of RavenQuest, let me know in the comments what you think of it and what your plans are as it goes live. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I found a game that I was really looking forward to jumping in and trying all the different things. So we'll see how it goes. I may have a live stream. I may just do some videos of me playing. Who knows? But I like to get in, get my feet wet, and get a little bit of experience under my belt before I go ahead and do my first video on it. Anyway, this has been Bronze Dragon, and I hope I've piqued your curiosity. And I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And hey, maybe I'll see you in RavenQuest.